a goal, but ready to fight. Standing tall, doing what's right. Shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep. Breaking chains, leaving pain behind. Calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again.
Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention.
And a jolly good morning, everybody, and a good afternoon to anyone in the UK, and a good evening to anyone in Australia and anywhere else on the planet. Welcome to a end of the week stream. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. Oh, yeah. Now, hi. Oh, good morning, Diane. Good morning to you. Not a problem as long as I can cheer you up. Do you know what? I've been listening to some really good music this morning, and I think people should actually go and check it out. I've put a couple of songs in the description so you've got something to look at, and you can go something. So basically, like David Bowie, some of the songs are just fantastic. Oh God, yes! What a day today! What a day! Had some really good phone calls this morning. One from the States. Go figure that one out. Yes. Oh, yeah. But other than that, everything is fantastic, Dory. I've been singing away like a... Oh, how can I put it? Put it this way. I've been singing. Yeah. So, yeah, you have to be happy. And look, there's only 5 of us here. Shh, don't tell anyone. So yeah. Yes. So how are you? How's this morning? Do you know, now it's nice and peaceful. We don't have to, I don't have to keep it. Yeah. So yeah. So I've been singing away at David Bowie and Earth, Wind and Fire, and The Way We Were by what's her name, Barbara Streisand. Oh God, it's been a fantastic morning here. It's been a fantastic morning. So let me find that intermission. There you go. There's the intermission one. Should we do that one? Should we put it there? Should we put an intermission there? Yeah, let's put an intermission there. Today's going to be an interesting one. And we're going to go there. Yes. What are we going to do? Do we have a news recap? No. Do we need a recap? Yeah, we need a recap. Yes. Oh, yeah, we got the news. Actual fact, no. We're going to put that. I don't want to be here. We're going to put that one there. There you go. It's been a. Good morning, Hammer Go. Welcome. So yeah. Just before anyone thinks this is fake, no, it's not. I am really, really happy. I'm in a good mood, and we're moving on. It's a new day, a new start. I mean, it won't last long, but fuck, I'm enjoying every minute of it. It's not doing it again. Yeah, it's. I don't know what's going on. Unless I need to click on something. Well, no, I always have that. No, I've always got that done. No. I've always got that click, so I can't be blamed. What was I doing before I really interrupted myself? Yeah. Yes. So we'll take that. We're going to go like that. And shall we do a recap? Is it worth doing a recap? Yeah, fuck it, we'll do a recap. Right, okay. So, shall we do a Q&A time? Yeah, we'll do a Q&A time. Oh, I got a fantastic screen. I got a good one. Where is it? Where did I do with it? What did I do with it? Do you know, it's so funny when you lose. I thought I was going to sneeze then, but obviously I didn't. I need to pay more attention where I put my freaking. Where the hell? There you go. Oh, there's one. Right, okay. Right, that's not that one. I do apologize for this. I mean, even I have had a good morning, but I'm still a bit tired though. Let's see. I'm trying to find a specific thing. Why is it that... Right, I need to sort these out later. I need to sort... There's that one. Right, okay, I got that. Once done, Stevie, this is not America. Ooh, this is not... This is not America. Ooh, this is not... I'm so sorry. Oh, wait a minute. I found it. Oh, God, here we go. I found it. Totally, I'm an idiot. There you go. There you go. Oop, excuse me. Right. Okay. So, no, wait. There you go. Sorted. Right. Hi, everybody. Good morning. And good morning to the people outside. Don't worry, you'd have to wait 10 minutes to come in. So this morning, oh God, what a beautiful start. It's Friday, people. Friday. Yay. It is Friday. So, first things first, what can possibly go wrong? What do you think? What do you think could possibly go wrong today? It's Friday. Friday is always a fucking... Right, okay, first things first. First things first. What was I doing before I really interrupted myself? I cannot remember. Oh, yes, right. Tunes, songs, music that I would recommend you listen to today. All right. I think they will cheer you up a little bit. Well, I personally think they would. Okay. All right. And that is basically, you've got David Bowie, China Girl, Let's Dance, This Is Not America, Space Oddity. And then by Earth, Wind and Fire, you've got September, Let's Groove, Fantasy in the Stone. Yeah. And I can assure you, you will enjoy that. Now, is everyone expecting any negativity or drama this morning? Absolutely not. There's none of that's going to happen. A couple of things will be mentioned, but I just in the recap. But other than that, forward is the best direction to go. Okay, because obviously when you see animals, when you feed them, right, they follow you like little puppies. And when you feed animals, what happens? They expect it all the time. So sometimes you just need to take the food away from them. And you just need to, oh, yeah. Yes, Dr. Pepper. Yes. Now, I know I was last night I was having a conversation with a friend. And his friend said something funny. He said, it must be your voice. And I was like, why? What do you mean? He said, people keep on coming back because you got that sexy voice. And I was like, no, I don't. Embarrassing. Anyway, so, yeah. So let's crack on to the recap, shall we? Right. Obviously, over the last, actual fact, over the last, 3 weeks, it's been up and down around. It's like someone is throwing a boomerang with razor blades and no one's willing to catch it when it comes to Bruce Matskin and the court case and everything else. And obviously Tug, Megan, and quite a lot of people have actually covered all this, in fair detail, to be honest. I went to a friend's stream last night and I was absolutely astounded by the instant change in typing style and wording and everything else. So this last motion that Deuce Boy has written, I don't think it was written by him. I think it was written by someone else. Everything seems to be different about it. He has never the terminology, the grammar, the sentencing, everything seems different. Now, good morning, Diana. So I speculate that obviously Mr. Magoo, who's come onto the scene, who is a former lawyer, I think that he's got somewhere. I think he's got his little fingers in the pot here somewhere, because everything's changed since that guy's appeared. The motions, the wording, everything's changed. So that's my guess. Last night, people will tell me, unfortunately, I had to go live again last night, but that's by and by. But the the fact that last night someone said, "Oh, you need to go and see this post," and I was like, "What post?" "Oh, about Lionette." And I went, "What did she do? What hasn't she done now?" So I went and had a look, and basically, obviously, a couple of people were saying that she's blaming HG now, they're blaming the child now. And lo and behold, there she is, richly saying that the child used her phone to post. A 5-year-old. I mean, I know that people from their camp and from everyone else's camp watches my stream because I seem to be a very outspoken individual. And I say it as it is. So here it is. I'm going to say it as it is. Lynette, stop taking the medication. Seriously. If you seriously think that anyone with any common sense will believe that, then you are you are delusional. You're delusional anyway. right? So yeah, it looks like, and the thing is, I called it about the judge. The judge was going to slap him. He was going to slap him, and he did. The fact that they can only now put one more motion in, that's it. But one motion in regards of final summary, but everything else they can carry on. So obviously Bruce is going to carry on because that's what he wants to do. He's trying to systematically, he's trying to systematically pick away at things from Jeremy's side. So when it does come to the court, they're going to be on the same level. So basically, that means they'll be at the same pecking level. And but here comes the thing. The fact that Bruce contacted, not once, but twice. Don't forget, he's contacted them before, but then he contacted them in the morning via email. The fact that he contacted them via email, and we've all seen that email, which is an absolute, I'm telling you right now, and I mean this with the utmost respect. Now, can you understand why that Europeans or non-Americans don't like Americans because of the way you think that you are the best, the elite of the elite, and then you've got people like this? Oh, well, Margaret Smith. Hello. But the thing is, you've got what you call it. You got this sense of superiority. What do you call it? Superiority. Oh shit! You think that you're better than other people, and this is exactly the behavior that gives the American population a bad name. It's people like this, and don't forget there are a lot of people like this who have this mentality that you're invincible, and this is constructive criticism, may I add. Okay, that the fact that you think that you are invincible. We've come across a lot of people like this. Now, do I hold that against them? No. But the fact that you are witnessing it yourself, and that you're seeing that this individual, Bruce Matskin, thinks that he is untouchable and superior. There you go. He's untouchable. Now, one thing I have noticed is that the mental health card and the disability card and the race card and everything else is used a lot over in America at the moment. So where do we draw the line here? Where do we draw the line between realistic or fantasy? Reality or fantasy? Where do we draw the line? Hi, Kay. Good morning. Superiority. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, Right. So where do we, where do we draw the line between fantasy and reality? Now, we've all seen the way Bruce behaves over the last 6 months or since he's been running around like an idiot. Right. We've all seen it. I've called him out on multiple things and caught him with his pants down. And not just him, quite a lot of people. Good morning, Sesame. And he's caused a lot of problems. Now, is this a strategy? Is he a very, very, very clever individual? And is this a strategy, or is it just a ploy? Is he trying to systematically sabotage his own case, or is he trying to give a false sense of security to everyone involved, and then suddenly turns into this super Einstein type of lawyer? Well, one thing I can tell you, he's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to convince anyone how intelligent he is, because like all his intelligence is what he has in his shoe. The fact that here's the thing, and I don't know if, pardon me. Now, I don't know if people are paying attention or they're just ignoring it or they forgot. Well, one of the points in the federal case is about disturbing the income of Jeremy Hills. It's basically his livelihood. Whatnot is part of his income. So going and contacting whatnot, just like they did, like they I assume they did with Oli, is third party contact is disrupting the income. Right? They've already tried everything else. To contact whatnot is now gone exact has proven Jeremy right on that fact. So when it comes to federal court, they can now use that email as evidence, as proof. And that's just by contacted by him on the Crampon stream, stating that he contacted that whatnot, has finalized and put the last nail in the coffin when it comes to them interfering in his income and his livelihood. So we don't even have to discuss that anymore. That there is done. So when it comes to federal court, they're done. This is why I was saying the other day, yeah, Bruce is done. He's done. It's over. This is why, right? Yeah, this is why I sit on the back. I sit on the sidelines and watch, because a lot of people, a lot of people seem to miss certain things. Right? They don't put stuff together. Right? There's like all this drama and toxicity from everybody. Everyone in fighting and all that crap. Right? Even though what's been going on over the last few weeks with my situation or with other people's situation, but I still haven't neglected watching what's going on. I don't jump on the coattail of someone else's story and then go on. I watch and use my own opinion of what's going on. Now, say for example, it's just like, I know that people who are in this chat right now go into other chats, and I know people in this chat spoke crap about me in the other chat yesterday. But am I going to hold that against them? No. You see, it's things like that. I pay attention to what goes on, in both sides, outside and inside the box. But when it comes to the fact that he has done exactly that, what Lynette is accused of, and what Lynette and John Cook have done, and not just them, now he's doing it. So here's the question you should be asking yourself. Who's worse? Lynette and John Cook or Bruce Matskin? And the fact that Bruce Matskin has now, someone put a post up of the ecosystem, the anti-what the hell's ecosystem. And it makes a lot of sense. Whoever that person is, it makes a lot of sense. Because if you look at it, you've got a journalist, a wannabe journalist, who has had accusations against him. Then you've got a former attorney, New York attorney, again, federal criminal, right? Then you've got Bruce Matskin, who can't find himself a 100% made in America wife. He has to go to a foreign country to find a wife, because you see, when you go to a different country and you find a wife, they have different mentalities. It's basically, there's a different hierarchy when it comes to relationships. The man's the boss. The man is the king, and the queen serves the man. In my relationship with my queen, that doesn't rock in this household. We're both the same. Anyway, right? And that's the type of person he is. He is a coward. He's spineless. And he's unprofessional. I mean, I've been saying this from day one. But here's one thing he isn't. He's not stupid. That I can tell you right now. He's clever. He is clever. He is twisting it, turning it. He's going to different places. I mean, he's getting... Hi, Vicky. Good morning. He's getting his PR. He's getting his PR. Don't you fret. He's getting his PR. But I've been saying this for quite a while now, that this is being held too quiet. I think newspapers need to get involved in this. I think newspapers need to hear about this, about about the witness intimidation, about the threats, about people going up to witnesses, because if you are a defendant in a case, why is if you're a defendant in a case, why is the plaintiff going up to you in a shop and then making threats? And there's evidence of that, video evidence of that. John Cook walking into that shop and threatening Travis indirectly. That's witness intimidation. Because Travis is a defendant in a lawsuit. John shouldn't have been anywhere near him. John should have waited until he left that shop. You see, people don't think about this. Well, you get all these people who think they know everything about the law, this and all that. But there's one thing you don't do. You don't go towards it's just like this permanent restraining order. If you are in the shop and they walk in and they got a permanent restraining order, you need to leave. Because the restraining order is against you, not against them, it's against you. So therefore you need to leave. You can't be within 500, and when you're at home, within 10 feet. Don't get me wrong, you have every right to go anywhere you like, but if you go near anybody who is part of a court case and if you walk past them, that's one thing. If there's no interaction between you, both of you, that's another thing. But if you walk past someone just to intimidate them and use an excuse because you walked in with nothing and you walked out with nothing, the only thing you did is when you walked out, you made a threat. And then you went around, he tripped me up. Where's the proof of that? You didn't seem aggravated. You didn't seem angry when you were walking away and looking all over the place, acting like you're an innocent. Little children do that. Looking around just to make sure that you're not going to be embarrassed, and then you drive off with a grin on your face. And then when in the rest, you put your arm out the window and you give him the bird. How mature is that, John? I'll be very honest with you. If you'd have done that with me, I don't think you'd have been driving away. I would have dragged you out of that car. I would have detained you. I would have called the police. I would have had you arrested for witness intimidation and threatening behavior. But that's me. That's me defending my rights. Because that's what all you Americans say over there, that you've got rights. That you've got the constitutional, the Constitution, like First Amendment, you have the right to free speech. Yeah, you have the right to free speech up to a certain level. Yeah. So you need to be careful about this free speech thinking thing, that you can say what you like and get away with it. There's certain amounts of stuff you can say, but there's certain things you can't say. Then you've got the Second Amendment. Yeah, to bear arms. Yeah. How many think that John Cook, when he went into that shop, was carrying a weapon? How many people think? Let's see. There's 30 people. Well, I doubt. I mean, most of you are trolls outside, but there are 30 people. I'm going to put a poll up, okay? And I want your honest response. I want your honest truth. I want your honest answer. I don't want any of this BS like you're trolling or anything. I want, even you trolls outside, I sincerely want you to answer this truthfully. Okay? One second. And this is a truthful, and this is the problem. No speculation. No speculation. Nothing. All right, just truthful answer. Hi, Lisa Lewowski.
Good morning. Well, yeah. So here's the thing, right? So that's that. So there's your witness intimidation. You got Bruce writing emails to people who are on maternity leave, who are, you know, I mean, if you look at the email from Bruce to the employee, the person of whatnot, and look at the email from Randy Shockett, the freaking difference. Randy Shockett is actually going into defense for the employee or whatnot, and also for his client. I mean, is your law so corrupted? Is it? Does it exist? I mean, you've got people saying that, like, if you call them an arsehole, they think that they're being threatened. You've got other people talking crap. You've got people, twisting and turning words. You've got other people sitting on the platform and grifting like if it was a new hobby. I mean, what the hell's wrong with people over there? What's wrong with you? I've had multiple friends. I mean, there's a lot of people from here, from the UK, all serving and former members of the armed forces, some of them police officers, right? And they're all asking me the same question. Well, they're asking me two, actually. What the fuck got you involved in this? And two, what's wrong with these people? And I went, you know what? Once I'll find out, I'll let you know. I mean, and then he puts another motion in. This is what he's going to continue to do until everything's done, until they are sitting in that court case in Gainesville, Chensville, or wherever it's called, in federal court, until they sit in that chamber, right, where everyone is in the same room. This is going to continue. It is repetitive. He is going to continue to disrupt and try to lie. He's going to try to twist and turn every single thing that's going on. And he's been doing that from day one. That's been his mission, to disrupt as much as he can. These two frivolous court cases, these two court cases, the trespass and the thumbnail, all they were is diversional. That's all they were. That's it. Diversion. Because the thing is, if you look at what's going on, have you seen him put as much effort into those two court cases that he has done with a federal case? Have you? Can anyone turn around to me and tell me that he's putting as much effort and time into the other two court cases, the thumbnail and the trespass, as what he's doing with the federal court case? And I think the answer you'll find is no. Do you know why? Because he knows he won't win them. So his concentration is going towards the federal case, because he's probably got a little bit of a chance to win something. Because even I know, no matter what court case you go into, no matter what case you're in, there's always going to be two losers and two winners. No matter what. Either each side are going to lose and each side are going to win. It's part and parcel of a court, because it's unbiased justification. It's basically, even if you're in the wrong, a reaction is normal. But on this occasion, you're looking at two frivolous lawsuits, and the fact that he is not handing over discovery, he's not handing over evidence. Now, here's the thing. This excuse about, if we send them all the phone records and all the SMS and all the messages and everything else, that's not your problem. You can send them 20 tons of paperwork from the last year of every single SMS, every single text message, every single phone call, every single voicemail, every single email, everything. You can send it. That is their problem. They have to sift through that and find the evidence, just like you have to. But you need to discover, you need to hand over the evidence. But here's the thing. Did anyone notice how strange it was when they came into all this money, that suddenly everyone got new phones and new laptops? Anyone notice that?
Anyone? Did anyone notice that? And how many times, think about this one now. Think very carefully about this. How many times has Lynette Preston already changed her phone? How many times do you think she's already changed her phone? Think about it. Do you think it's once, twice? Do you think she's got the same phone that she had before Christmas? I mean, she usually has one or two of them, doesn't she? She has two. And don't forget, she's also got iPads and she's got laptops. Yeah, even little HG's got an iPad. Now, here's the thing: people forget the fact that you can also send messages and do anything on an iPad as well as on a mobile phone. You know that, don't you? 6, freaking hell, 6. Wow. Yeah. So we've seen all the emails, we've seen all the recap, all the all the interesting motions and everything else that's been going on, and we've had a lot of people cover a lot of stuff. So there's not much of a recap, is there? Right? Other stuff I'm not going to discuss because it's below me, and I'd rather go spend time on the throne. So, and I said what I needed to say last night and yesterday. So I'm not going to be discussing any of that. And here's a word of advice. And I'm being very polite. I don't mind people having an opinion. Everyone has a right to have an opinion. When you come in here, everyone has a right. Everyone is welcome here. But please do not go into different streams and make nasty comments about me if you're not going to do them here in front of me. If you're going to be I prefer people to be honest, upfront, and be themselves. But if people are going to go into different streams and call me names, but not do it here, so I can defend myself, and just to be part of that little crew or that little environment, I can understand. If you're doing it just to make sure that you're not getting, guilty by association, that I can understand it. But in future, please, if you've got your opinion, have the decency to, offer me a reach around. I don't bite, trust me. But anyway, I just thought I'd say that. It's out of respect because I know a lot of people go to various different streams, and I appreciate that. And the thing is, I don't want to hold that against anybody, and I'm not going to hold that against anybody. And I just wanted to get that out of the way. And I hope that you understand and respect that, and we move on. So, a little bit of an intermission, so basically people can go to the bathroom, get themselves a drinks, and actually settle down. Yes, so the tunes I've been listening to are quite good ones. The best one was from David Bowie's "This Is Not America." Oh god, that's the first one I heard this morning. I was like, I turned that freaking thing up. I turned that up. Oh yes, I turned that all the way up. And it was, yeah, even the neighbours started smiling as well, because I went out to put some stuff in the bin and he just smiled. He went, "What are you playing?" I went, "David Bowie." He went, "Oh, I can hear that." But yeah, even though I can't stand the guy. But anyway, so yeah. So first of all, good morning, everybody. I hope that everyone is going to have a fantastic day, because today is Friday. It's the end of the week and the beginning of the weekend. Go figure. So yeah, let's have a quick mouth of coffee. Let's have a little break here. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves, guys. Don't be shy. Oh yeah. I don't know if I should mention or not. Let me ask my mod in private. Hang on a minute. Let me ask one of my moderators in private. It's yeah. You see, this is how easy it is. This is how easy it is to figure things out. It's taken me 5 days, but I figured it out. I figured it out, and it all sort of corresponds and everything. So if you're reading that message, oh really? Do you think so? By the way, guys, this is intermission. You talk amongst yourselves, but this is why I'm talking to. Some has the government free funds. Yeah, yeah. That's one thing I was actually going to ask. If these right, okay. Let me ask Vicky. Let me ask you a question. If the phones are government issued, i.e., like they're given you by the SSI, the Social Security, or whatever, they that means that these phones do not belong to them. These phones belong to the to the government departments who handed them out. So that means all that Randy needs to do is to contact that department and subpoena the records. Is that correct? Or is there more into it? Because those phones, if they're issued or given by a governmental body, they are still governmental property. Even though they're being given to someone, they're still the property of that government because they've paid for it. Good morning, Mary. Yeah, rather too much than not enough. Not have yeah. You definitely need one a lifetime. I could be wrong though. Well, yeah. I mean, unless there's upgrades and stuff like that. Unless it's medical. I mean, if you've got disabled children or you got a disability in a family, and you need to keep an upgrade, just like vehicles. One thing I do know, quite a few miles down the road. Morning, Mad. Quite a few miles down the road, there's a lady who has walking disability, and she basically, I mean, I've helped her out a couple of times because she had a problem with a mobility scooter. She has a new car. Verica, hi, sweetheart. She gets a different vehicle every 2 years. So every 2 years they upgrade and give her a new vehicle because it has to be what do you call it, wheelchair accessible. It has to have the controls and everything. She's a beautiful, very, very nice lady. She's a former headmistress of a school. So she's really, really, really funny sometimes as well. But yeah. So, but that's all done by the government. Now, they can take that away anytime, but obviously, that would be cruel to say the least. So the government give these phones. So that means that it's their property. So I don't think where the issue is about transparency because, like, if anything is given to them by the Social Security or by a governmental body, all Randy needs to do is get a subpoena to get that off them and get the information off them. I mean, with all the text messages and all the screenshots from different Facebook groups and text messages between individuals, I think that they've got enough to bury all of them. And I've been saying that for months. I think they've got enough. Yeah, well, I don't be saying it much, but I've been thinking about it. That they've got enough evidence now to just send them to. Right. What's breaking news? I forgot about the breaking news. What was I going to cover about the breaking news? What was I going to cover? Oh, yeah. Basically, there's going to be a few changes. I am going to try to set up my flight sim for this weekend. I am going to play a couple of different games. However, I am going to try my flight sim. And also, I've got an issue. I'm looking at all these
incidents that are taking place in various parts of the world, especially in Canada and America, about these aircraft. Now, I know this is not a laughing matter, and it's definitely not something to joke about. And this is not a conspiracy. This is a question, an open-ended question. We've got all these. We've had the Washington, the Philadelphia, the Toronto, and apparently there's been quite a few around the United States where small aircraft up to medium aircraft have crashed or gone off the range. They've landed and ended up in a ditch or something like that. Now, here's the problem that I've got. This is happening way, way too much to be a coincidence. This is happening way too much to be accidental. I mean, one incident I can understand. Two, that's when I'm thinking, well, hang on a second. Because, like, one incident, one aircraft didn't have a certain thing to clarify. Oh, you didn't? Well, sorry about that. I'll do another check. You'd have to go on. The thing is, I think YouTube is playing around, so you need to go back into your subscription and then go up and then hit the bell again. I'm not sure because I went to someone's last night and there were two people that I had to re-click it because it had the line through it, and I'm like, no, I've never had that on here, and then I had to click the bell so I get all the notifications. So it's a bit concerning because the thing is, like I said, I mean, I'm not being nasty or anything, and I know there's a few people have lost their lives, which is, it's dreadful to say the least, but it's not making any sense. You can't have one of the most safest ways to travel is with flying. Right, and that's being systematically being proven, hands down. Right, and yes, okay, when you do have an accident, you've got a high count of fatalities, and that's unfortunate. But it's the most secured and the most tested and checked environment on this planet, besides NASA or anything else. So how come all these accidents are happening? And here's another thing. I rewatched this the incident in Toronto, and there's a couple of things that now I'm not trying to be conspiracist. This is just me as an observer, right? And this is the problem. There's a difference between observing something strange and starting a conspiracy. Okay, when you're an observer, you're seeing things that don't make sense, so you discuss them. A conspiracy is where people make shit up just to get, anyway. So if you've seen any of these, right, here are my issues with this whole accident. First of all, I'm glad that everyone survived and there's only, injuries that can be healed, after a while. Hopefully no one has lifelong, injuries. Hopefully, touch wood. How the hell can someone sit in their cockpit waiting for an aircraft to land on a runway that has not been maintained and is actually filming an aircraft? That is not coincidence. That is not coincidence that someone is watching an aircraft that's about to crash coming in. And if you look at the bank angle, this is what I was saying when Squid came in. Right, this is where we had that bit of it doesn't matter if someone works for them or not. It's the fact that I was watching the whole thing while I was talking, so that was a bit unfair on Squid. I should have sent her the link, which I did in the end, right? And her, her old man was correct. The plane was leaning to the right, so basically there was like a side winds. But here's the thing. When that aircraft came in, the glide slope, when the plane impacted onto the runway, it was still in the glide slope. It was not flaring. There was no flaring. And flaring means that basically the pilot, just before landing, he will get notifications, automated. You can hear it sometimes in films.
500, 400, 30, 20, 10, retard, retard, right? That's what you'll hear. Now, when you get that, you pull the nose up to an angle, and that's called flaring. That aircraft did not flare. It just carried on its glide slope. It impacted the right-hand main landing gear, right? MLG, sorry. The MLG, the right MLG impacted. The left MLG then obviously caught up, the right wing, bang, and then they rolled everything else. Right. So 1, the pilot filming it. 2, the impact of the plane with the glide slope. 3, the video of this guy getting out while he's video recording. If you watch very carefully, you'll see a woman still hanging upside down next to the stewardess. You'll see someone in front of the stewardess with a mobile phone out, literally just sitting there with a mobile phone out, just going through the apps. You'll see this, whoever this was, getting out. And if you watch, the person who was helping him out had the biggest grin on his face. And they start moving away. Whilst he's recording. Now, I know there's steam and there's water coming. And there's one firefighter, right? This is while they're getting out of the plane. You need to work with me on this one, because otherwise you're just going to get confused. So there's one firefighter. There's no flames. I saw a little bit of smoke. Okay, and then there was just water. Okay, and there's no building behind that plane. There's nothing. When you do see, you'll see on the left-hand side, you're right in the distance, you'll see a building. Right. Someone's already said to me, oh, it must be angle. And then I showed them another video, and they went, yeah, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So you have to think now. You're in that aircraft, waiting to take off. You have an aircraft approaching to land. Okay? That guy is filming, right? So you need to put yourself in the position where that aircraft was. Yeah? Now, where he was compared to where the aircraft ended up, if you look at that video, right, it is a bit further down from the taxiway, right? So you got the taxi up to the runway, you got the hold short line, and then that takes you onto the runway, and then off you go. Now, if you ever look at the runway now, you can hardly see where the runway is, right? It's a lot of stuff, right? Now, where he is sitting is about 20 foot from the runway, from where the edges of the runway. Now, if you take a line, and you take a line from the runway, the edge of the runway, and you follow that line all the way down at that angle, you will notice that the plane had landed on the right side of the runway. But that's just speculation. But that was just me doing a little bit going into detail. Good morning, Texas Alien. Hi, sweetheart. All right. So anyway, I digress. Let's move on. So we've got the video. So you got this guy going out swearing, and he's like a reincarnation of me, swearing, "Oh, fucking hell, we just crashed upside down," and everything else, right? He's filming everything. You can't see the building, right? Suddenly, in another video, right, you see they're recording the top of the plane after it happened. And here's the thing: the left-hand landing gear, or MLG left, is gone. The left wing is gone. Don't forget, the aircraft is on its back. So basically, when you're looking at the aircraft, when it's on its back, the right wing is the left. The left wing is the right. Yeah, it's the reverse. Think about it. So when you when you bring that aircraft back up, so the bottom is at the bottom, the top's at the top, right? The missing landing gear and wing is left. Yeah. But here's the thing. The problem is that picture could be on the reverse. That could be a mirrored picture. So that's another thing we need to be careful with, right? Because if you watch the video, it's the right wing, yeah, that gets removed. But in that video, it tells you the left. It's like the left wing, and this is how they confuse the shit out of people.
And then the next video that can be found, you see this fuselage, right, with no wing on the left, which is weird. Yeah. And then suddenly when they get closer, you can see it. But you see firefighters panicking to get out of the aircraft. Right at the beginning of the video, you see a little explosion on the other side. But then you see firefighters getting out of that aircraft, but there's no survivors. Now, the funny thing is, when the survivors were getting out of the plane, people were standing around like if there was nothing going on. There was no fire or anything. So it's not adding up. And I'm going to try to get this video, and I'm going to try to put the videos, and I'm not going to edit anything. I'm just going to try and put them right next to each other so I can show you this. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm not saying it's fake or anything else. What I'm saying is that things are not adding up, especially when you actually look at the part where you got the firefighters falling out of the aircraft at the wing exit, right? And then you look right behind it, and there's a big hangar. Well, hang on a minute. If there was a big hangar behind it, with that guy filming it, that hangar should have been seen. But you couldn't see anything. There was nothing there. But suddenly from a distance, there's a hangar? What, did it just magically appear? So I think there's a couple of discrepancies. I'm not saying it's a fake accident because obviously, but with today's technology and AI, yeah. But here's one thing I am going to say. I don't care if people think I'm out of my head or anything, but something's not adding up. And that's why I'm not paying attention that much for that, because one, everyone involved got away alive. That's the most important thing. That's the most important part for that. All right. The second thing is, that runway. Even if the automated landing sequence and everything else, okay, and the lights were on, yeah, they should have maintained that runway so you could actually see it, because there was a snowdrift going on. Everything else, yeah, I've got my own opinion. Now, in regards to the Washington DC incident, I think the NTSB are sort of like closing that down slowly, but I'm going to wait until they've totally finalized that until I actually go and find out, because at the end of the day, it's the finalized report and the summary that's the most important part. Unfortunately, 68 individuals lost their life in that one. So condolences and thoughts go and prayers go to the families of the people who perished. And also to the Philadelphia one, which they're saying it didn't have a flight it didn't have a flight voice recorder, or it didn't have a flight data recorder, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Every aircraft has both. Even the military have them. But military, with aircraft, I wasn't in the Air Force, but I do know that military aircraft do have them, because they have to have them, because they fly in civil airspace. So they have to abide by civil air aviation. But the Philadelphia one makes no sense. They say that it was the pilot. No, it wasn't. It was mechanical. That thing came down like a missile. And they say that it didn't have. I don't know if it was a flight data recorder or a flight voice recorder, but it didn't have one of either. It didn't have one of them. So I'm gonna look into that as well, because that doesn't make any sense, because that is a medical flight unit. So they would have to have everything. Yeah, unless they, I don't know if there's different rules for medical flights where they can turn off certain things, for privacy reasons or something like that. I don't know. But when it comes to flying, yeah, there's no one can have their own rules. Even the president, even Air Force One, right? But I think they're allowed to turn off their beacon, or I think they're allowed to have a different. Good morning, Mama Joe. But yeah, it's this whole thing stinks to high heaven. There's things going. One, okay, two. All right, this is getting weird. 3, 4, 5. So far, I've heard of at least 8
8 incidents with aircraft in the United States and in Canada since January. So you tell me what's wrong with that picture. Yeah. In other news, here in the UK, well, what can I say? Nothing's changed. Politics are still crap. The mayor of London is still a clown. Let me just go and have a look. Let's go and have a look what else was going on here in the UK. What was it? Yeah, I think Starmer is going to get his backside handed to him by Trump. And I think that we're going to have another change in, I think we're going to have, by the looks of it, I think things are going to change once again in Downing Street. And Sweden is investigating possible sabotage to the undersea telecoms cable. Well, who wants, yeah, that's a good point. Oh, Marlin, they're trying to sabotage your, Marlin, they're trying to sabotage your undersea telecoms cable. Go and sort them out. Go and see, Marlin leaves, goes up north, and look what they're trying to do. And the program Neighbours has been cancelled again. Yes, can't stand that program. And basically, apparently, there's going to be direct trains from the UK to Germany. That's going to be scary. And basically, sinkholes have appeared somewhere. I don't know. I don't even know where that is. Yeah, there's not much happening here in the. Oh my good God. What do they mean with warmer weather brings rain and wind? Lisa, are you here? Where are you? Oh, she's not here, is she? She here? Lisa, you woke up yet? No. I tell you one thing, the news is fantastic. But then again, I don't really believe in half the stuff because it's all propaganda. I believe what I see. And, you know, it takes too many hours for me to drive down to that capital city to just walk around and laugh at everybody. So I'm just going to stay where I am. It's nice and windy and cold here. So anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the world news, shall we? Oh, that's a good one. All right, okay. Free buses. Oh, we're not going to mention that. No. Trump ends deportation protection for 500. All right. Sweden investigates. Shouldn't know. Undercover film exposes Indian film. Oh. Yeah, we're not going to discuss that. We're not going to talk about that. That's yeah. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, no, we're not. No. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. Basically, the whole world's coming to an absolute. Yeah, I just can't understand why people. I mean, everything. There's so much stuff that could have been solved. I mean, look at what Ukraine. Right, Ukraine is one of the biggest wheat producers in the world. Yeah, think about it. Right, they've got hundreds and thousands of tons of wheat monthly that they and what was it? 2 ships were sunk.
Oh, wait, what? Did I miss something? Do I have to yeet someone? Do I? No. Am I missing something here, or am I totally misinterpreting what's being said? Anyway, so yeah, it's. I mean, like Ukraine produces so much wheat, sunflower wheat, and what was it? Is it olive oil? Isn't it? Some olive oil and stuff like that. And you know, I mean, I just wish Russia and Ukraine would come to some sort of agreement, because at the end of the day, that stuff is food. And I think they have come. I think they did about a year ago. They made some sort of agreement, but I don't know. I'm going to look into that. But anyway, so yeah, in regards to that, obviously, President Trump is now the president of the United States, and he's changing a lot. And Elon Musk is probably going to be the vice president within the next couple of weeks. Yeah, nor do I. I thought no, but yeah. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It just the whole world's going to crap. I think I tell you one thing: the pandemic. I'm telling you now, the pandemic has caused. I don't know. It's caused like a void in people's mentality and behavior. I don't. I really don't. I can't, because that is the only way I can describe. That's the only thing that I can think of that's causing all this with people. That's the only thing I can think of. That is the only reason why people are behaving the way they are now, is because of pandemic. Because the thing is, when the pandemic happened and people got locked in their houses and got, this is what happens in martial law as well. If you're martial law and you have to, you get, you have to be in your house by 8:00 at night. You can't come out until 8:00 in the morning. People are stuck in a house where in normal life, you'd get up in the morning, you'd have breakfast, you'd say goodbye to your loved ones, and you'd go to work. And you'd spend all these hours at work, and you wouldn't be in touch with each other, probably in a text or something like that. And then in the evening, you'd come back, you'd only spend a couple of hours with each other, and then go to sleep, then wake up, and then routine. That would do the same thing every day, unless the weekends. Then you go and spend it with your friends and stuff like that. So there was a break in that monotony of daily life. Then the pandemic starts, and everyone is then told you have to stay in your house. You can't mix with other people. You can't socialize with other people. You have to stay in the house. So you've got someone that this is why a lot of marriages went down the drain. This is why a lot of marriages, there was a lot of high divorce influx and a lot of domestic DV, because people were just getting on top of each other. There was, and people were starting to break the law. Well, they over here in the UK, they tried to make it the law, which came back to bite them in the ass in the end. But the fact of the matter is, the pandemic has caused a void in people's mentality and behavior, and that's why everyone is behaving the way they are now. This is why we've got so much about it's one of those things. Ken, if he's going to try and stop that, no. The only way he can stop that is by turning around to Zelensky and say, right, you either stop and listen to me, or I'm not going to help you anymore. I'm not going to send you any more munitions and stuff like that. That's not stopping a war. That's blackmailing someone into stopping. I mean, and the thing is, he shouldn't be stopping Ukraine. He should be stopping Russia. Because here's the thing: it's a special military exercise, right? So, yeah, it should be the other way around, right? Ukraine have lost 17% of their land.
So yeah, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't get into politics. I don't get into stuff like that. No, if I do, then we do it properly. But one thing I can say is that the pandemic has changed humanity, and not in a good way. Well, it's not changed everybody, but it's changed the majority. That's for sure. Yeah. Anyway, we're moving on. Yeah. Let's have a quick little intermission, little coffee. I'm going to go and put the kettle on. I think if you want to go and get yourself a brew, all right? Because don't you apologize? You're late. Don't apologize. Don't do it again. I'll send you to your room. By the way, I do know who the lurker is. She's a beautiful person. Just so everyone knows, okay? But while you wait, I'm going to go and put the kettle on. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Be nice. And I'm back. Whew. Who's? FL's being so rude today. It's not supposed to be cold. It's 30 degrees, right? Oh, come on, people. The cold is good for you. People are so used to, comfort and everything. Get out there with a t-shirt and shorts and get out there and roll in that snow, right? Vitalize, get your body going, get your heart beating, get your, you should be out there rolling in it. It's good for you. Trust me, you'll feel way, way better after it's nice and cold. Yeah, think about it. Every time you get cold and you're out in the cold for so long, and then you feel, and when you get in the house and you feel fantastic, and then it gets warm, and then you start going, oh, fucking hell, yeah. And then you go back out in the cold and you're like feeling fantastic. That's what the cold does to you, right? It tightens everything up. It makes you, it gets your blood circulating. Yes. So, you see, this is the only place I'm going to move to is Texas. Yeah, I'm moving to Texas. Texas. Right, coffee time. Okay, so it is now 1:30 GMT time, And therefore, it is now good morning, America. It's 8:30 in the morning on the East Coast. And therefore, it'll be 7:30. No, 7:30. Wait, 7:30, 6:30 in Central Time. And God knows what time on the Pacific side. So, good morning, everybody in America. Good morning, America. Welcome to WD Adventure 60 with your host, Spawn Trooper. Yeah. So, there you go. Oh boy, I tell you, it's all been fun. It's fun. It's all fun. It's all fun. Ah, God, there's so many but her individuals out there in the world. Oh, yes. So let's have a nice brew. Everyone get your snowflowers here. Where? Snowflower. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetness. How are you? Wait, in WV, is that Western Virginia? Is that West Virginia snowflower? Please tell me I'm right. Please tell me I'm right. Please tell me I'm right. That is snowflower. Oh, it's 7:30, is it? Well, we don't get snow. I don't really have a winter either. It's 100% humidity all year round. Oh, right. Okay. Snowflower, our favorite lady. Oh, Snowflower. I don't know if you know. Eric has the mobility scooter and he showed a video last night. An actual fact, do we still have the link to that so Snowflower can see? I hope you, yeah. And it was quite funny in the video. The first thing he does is go off-roading. Oh, brilliant. It's 8:30 here, 17 degrees. Bloody hell, it's cold over there. God, I'd be over there. I'll be out there with a t-shirt on. Wait a minute. I'll have a look. Hang on a minute. I'll see if I can find it. There he is. Let me go on. Oh God, here we go again. All right, let me see if I can. Aha, there we go. Share link. There you go. Copy link. Right, here's Snowflower. Here's the link. I'm not sure if it'll work or not. There you go. That's the link of, and I like the fact that he's got the color of it is fantastic. The color of it is fantastic. He's got olive desert. I haven't even seen most of the video. Hang on a minute. What am I doing? Oh, that's the gen. That's wait. Oh no! Come here. Right. Wait. That's the generator that he's got for power. That's not enough. That's a 1500 watt generator. That'd just be enough to. Oh man, I wish I lived in the States right now. I'd be sorting him out. I'd be sorting all this out for him. That generator is definitely too small. It's got like a sort of bright green frame around it. And that's that looks like a 15. That's definitely not a 2500 one. That's a 15 minimum or maximum. I'll ask him next time I see him. I mean, easy to fix, but they're not cheap. The parts are not cheap for them, but yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that's definitely a heavy duty. That is definitely a heavy duty scoot. That thing that'll go off road. That. I've already put the link out, Ammo Girl. The link's already out.
Mary, try to go to Norway and then do winter survival, where you have to jump into ice cold water. A confidence test. Sorry. That's really good that he's got that, and he's richly on. He's richly driving on the grass with the scooter. Oh, that's brilliant. He's got. Oh, right. Okay, so he's got. Right, so he's got a battery indicator, and he's also got speed, turtle or rabbit. So that's a speed thing. Wait, what's he saying about that? Hang on a minute. Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work to do. Oh, so let's see how fast it goes. Jesus, Eric. So it goes up to 8 to 9 miles an hour. Oh, it's got hazard lights on it. It's got horn indicators, lights. Yeah, I would have to. Yes, he does. The person who's. There you go, guys. That's the link there. I just watched the video. That's really. I mean, I am so glad, Snowflower. I think you are a lifesaver. I think you deserve a freaking medal, and not just you, but everyone else as well. But Snowflower, you did one of. And I mean, I'm not going to like. I don't want to rub this in, but we achieved something in such a short time. It's just fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic that we were able to take a 2 year plus issue and solve it within a couple of weeks. I didn't expect that to happen. I mean, Snowflake, you took me by surprise, and you still do. And I hope that you're still in communication with Rattus in regards of your song. But yeah, that was yeah. I think you got all of you deserve kudos. You deserve a congratulations. You should all should be proud of yourselves. All of you. You did really well. I mean, I know that Eric. Yeah, now we've probably created a monster, Snowflower. The way he was just driving that up and down, I think we've created a monster. He's gonna be speeding everywhere. That's good. Oh, that's gonna be scary. That's gonna. I'm just picturing it. Man seen doing 8 miles an hour through a shopping mall. Oh, that's gonna be funny. That's gonna be funny. Okay, brilliant. Brilliant. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby. Hi.
Hi, go and have some food. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go and have some food. Go. You're not going to jump up at me again because I'll karate chop you. So that's Squid. Good morning. Good morning. When are you moving? When are you moving? When are you moving? When are you moving? Tell me. 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 Do it now. Do it now. Tell me. Come on, quick. Come on, Navy. I thought you were quicker. Come on, quick. Tell me. Oh, 10 minutes. Right. So I should have read your comment. Oh, too funny. Well, good morning, Heather. Good morning. 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 The weather. The weather. The weather. The weather. Someone is complaining about the weather. He says here, this last time to my northern friends, your weather is down here in my yard drunk. I'm going to need you to come down here and get it. The weather, 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 weather, the weather, the weather, the weather, the weather, the weather, weather, weather. Oh, wait, what? Hello? Is it, wait, what? I am so confused right now. Okay, no problem. Sorry, I was outside. I don't hear where you said. Oh, it's okay. Just watch replay. Shit, too funny. Huh. Yeah, so anyway, let's read. Just remember, shopping carts are wheelchair users' shoulder level, so be prepared for bruises. Yeah. Roy, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think Eric's going to be driving that slow. To be, he probably might get worse. Oh my word! I don't know what it is, but I can just imagine him yeeting it through some shopping mall. Yeah, that's going to be funny as hell. That's for sure. So in 10 minutes, the movers are coming, and that'll mean that Squid Proquo will be officially evicted from their property and will be homeless for the period of probably a couple of hours before they move into their new home, which is absolutely hilarious. You know that, don't you? You know that technically, when you move from one place to another, you are technically homeless. You know that. People never think about that. You know, when you're moving. So if you get stopped by someone and say, "Where do you live?" Well, nowhere. I'm homeless. Think about it. Technically, you are homeless. When you are moving between places, you are homeless. Not that you could do anything legally. I mean, you can go to someone and say, "Yeah, you're homeless." But yeah. The weather. Ooh, hello. Oh, I like that figure 11. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? Oh, jet. Yes. Oh, right. Something else. Wait. Yeah. So, how is everyone this morning? I mean, considering that we've got 33 of you here,
I mean, I don't think we got 33 in chat, but it'd be nice to get all 33 of you in here, right? And come and have a chat. You got an itch there, girl. You got an itch, haven't you? But yeah, it's oh crap! I just can't stop picturing Eric driving through a mall at 10 miles an hour. Technically, we're not. We still have the place until the end of the month and have a new house out there. Oh, okay. Okay. So wait. So do you still have to pay? Oh, you've already paid the rent ahead, haven't you? Don't you guys over in America have to pay a month ahead? Don't you have a deposit and then a month ahead and all that? Because that gives you enough time to decorate or repair anything that needs repaired and that. Yes, yeah. Funny you say that. I'm just reading it right now. I'm reading it right now. Oh God. Oh. I mean, what do you expect? Look, and please don't take this the wrong way. All right, and none of you, please don't take this the wrong way. But what the fuck do you expect to come from him? Sorry, I didn't mean that in a negative way. But seriously, this guy is an absolute. I mean, I have to agree with. Well, I've been saying that he's not got all. I don't think he's got a brain. I just think he takes out like a smartie once in a while and thinks it's an intelligence pill. This guy is an absolute idiot. And the thing is, this is a false report. Because what they'll do, they'll investigate everything and they'll see that Randy has done nothing wrong. The reason he's putting this report in is because he's trying to put. Okay, I'm going to say this in a calm way. Bruce, all he is doing, he is trying to deflect. And he's done that from day one. He will continue to deflect. He will try to sabotage certain things. He will try to deflect, right? Just to cause as many problems as he can. Now, here's the thing. Once all this is done, and once people have done everything, Bruce P. Matskin and Tamara Matskin will be needing some advice from someone who lives in an RV, a caravan, or homestead off the grid, because they are going to be moneyless, homeless, jobless. They're going to be, and this is why I think newspapers, I think Channel 20, and I think that news broadcasters should start getting into this, because this has now gone beyond any normal behavior of a lawyer. The fact that from last year, when it all started happening and when he started coming out of his little eggshell, whatever you want to call it, right? He has done nothing but try to disrupt everything that's going on from day one. The fact that then the crampons jumped on board of all this, and then obviously you saw the ecosystem build itself up. But for him to do this, right, it just proves one thing, right? A lawyer, yeah, who is himself under investigation by another bar. Now, here's one thing: what if I was Randy, what I would not do. I would not respond to this. I would allow this to go to the committee bar, and then I would allow the committee bar to investigate it, and then I would allow them to contact me, and then I would turn around and say, right, this and this is what's happening, blah blah blah. Because when he's throwing all these Rosado versus Wyman, Andrew Federal Court Union. Now, if you look, Red and Noir, he puts in there Red and Noir Andrews Federal Credit Union. Now, here's the thing. If you go and look at the cases that Bruce has covered, that Federal Credit Union is one of them. He is throwing in all this stuff. So
What we need to do is just wait. Because the thing is, this is if they do their job properly. What they will actually do, they will investigate Randy Socket, they will investigate this topic, but then they will investigate Bruce Matskin. And they'll see what's going on. And here's the thing. If they see that disciplinary hearing that's still ongoing in Connecticut, by the way, that people have forgotten about, they're going to go, ooh, what's going on here? And then they'll start digging into it. Then they'll start looking at the court cases and the court and the motions and everything else. And then they'll start getting into it. And I'll tell you one thing, this complaint that he's put in is going to come back to bite him in the arse like everything else has. I mean, I personally think, do you know, thinking about this, I personally think this, wait, hang on a minute. Bar Complaint Exhibit 1, he's written that on there in hand. He's done everything by hand. Exhibit 2, Shenanigan vs. Cahill. Oh, you absolute idiot. Bar Complaint Exhibit 3, he's written it by hand. And the fleas are showing this? They're showing emails? When did this happen? When did they do this on their live? Was it yesterday? The day before? When? Last night. It must have been last night because this was put up 8 hours ago. Oh, you absolute clown. You have not just... Oh, you absolute idiot. Oh, I'm not a lawyer, but complicit. You just implicated. Oh, Lisa Rabusi, Tory. You guys have just come. Oh, you just. Oh, God. You idiots. You. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, but that's funny. That is absolutely hilarious. I mean, I thought he buried himself with all these motions, but this is, yeah. That's funny. I'm sorry, but that's funny. And the fact they done it on the track. Oh, this is funny. So he puts a bar complaint in against Randy Socket, probably one of the best lawyers that I've ever seen. I mean, then again, I haven't seen that many, but I've seen I've seen QCs over here. I've even, my accountant is even a lawyer, but seeing this is fantastic. Basically, Bruce, you just richly shot yourself in the foot. And you've done it to the Florida bar. So this now 100% proves you are trying to sabotage the federal court case. That's it. There's the evidence right there. By putting in this bar complaint, a frivolous bar complaint, basically because you didn't get your way in your motions, and because your motions got denied, you then get butthurt and then send a complaint to the Florida Bar Association. That day, and then implicate the crampons in this. Well, they already implicated anyway, but now you've just basically confirmed their fate. And the fact that you've done this because you've been denied multiple motions that would have, had the judge, had it been Judge Grudge, you would have gotten. But obviously, this judge is a fantastic judge.
The fact that you've gone to Florida, but this is you done, mate. You are done. Because now you definitely, the ABA rules don't even exist for you. Morning, Johnny D. How you doing, buddy? Squid. Squid. Hi, Seagull. Good morning. Of course we care, Lurker. Well, check your personal messages, Squid. What do you need? Smoke signals? Squid. I mean, this is basically, this is going to be funny. This is going to be funny. This is going to be absolutely hilarious. The fact that he did it, oh God. Do you have to? You don't have to if you don't need to. You don't have to. I'm saying this out loud. Nah, you're good. I am hereby demanding a water test and air test in America, in different locations, to come to the conclusion that if it's not in the water, it's in the air, and if it's not in the air, you people are taking stuff that you shouldn't be taking, and you should be stopping it doing that now. Say no to rugs, people. Say no to rugs. I'm not talking about the rugs on the ground. I'm talking about, you know what I mean. Say no. Say no. Remember the word dare. Say no. You can't make this. I'm sorry, but you can't make this shit up anymore. This is not sanity. This cannot be sane. But then again, I mean, I've come across a lot of people who need to have a talk with a professional. But this here, I've been saying this from day one that you know, I said this from the get-go that he's going to cause problems and he's going to try to sabotage the whole thing, or he's just deflecting and, you know, subterfuge and popping smoke and everything. That's what he's been doing from day one. And I got called an idiot. I got called a conspiracist because I am not an American, because I'm a Brit, and I don't live in America, and I don't know about the laws, and I don't know about this. Well, newsflash, sunshine. I rest my case. Everything I have said since the day I started researching this absolute clown, I have been saying this guy is here to basically destroy everything he can, and to you know, try every single trick in the book to try to sabotage the cases. Then suddenly after that, bang, you get 2 cases pop up from nowhere. He calls it an invasion. The fact that it was actually, in actual fact, it was an eviction, right? Because Lynette Preston evicted Lloyd, right? And that was all a legal removal of his own property. It was legal, not illegal. It was legal. Check the tenant rights, but ladies and gentlemen, check the Florida tenant rights. Anyway, and then you got the thumbnail case, and he even tried to get a settlement out of that. You can't make this shit up. This is and now he's doing this.
I mean, what else? I mean, all you have to do is go back and read everything that I've wrote, watch everything that I've said about these guys, and just put two and two together. And if you can't do maths, two and two make four. Sienna Hands, what? Jesus Christ! You know what? I've probably got every single Dr. Pepper in the world now with all that, Sienna. You know that, don't you? 5 billion, trillion, cillion, million, dillion, pillion, laser. Yeah, so. And I get it. A lot of people have. Here's the thing. This is what people need to understand. Everyone has their own opinion about this subject, right? So you need to remember that. When people discuss stuff like this, right? Everyone, like Squid has her opinion and her insight. I've got my opinion and insight. Tug will have his. Megan will have his. Shizzy will have hers. The expert will have. All these people will have their own individual insight. Yeah, but they, say if they got the documents in front of them, they will all read off the documents. However, their responses to these documents are their own personal responses. Everyone has different responses. But this here, I've been saying it from day one, and I've been called a conspiracist. I've been called a bullshit. I've been called this, and I've been calling it from day one. And there you go. I rest my case. Jesus. Well, yeah, that's that. He's putting it. Here's the biggest mistake you've done, Deuce Boy. Here's the biggest mistake. You've basically gave them a link to the court case. So here's the thing. What you didn't put in there was the responses from the judge. Were the denials that you received, were the responses that Randy Sockett put in his motion, and was the responses from the judge. Because at the end of the day, the committee will look, because the committee themselves are judges and lawyers, all right? The Florida Bar Complaints Committee, they are lawyers and judges, okay? Right? And they will look at that, and they will then look at the case. And if they see the responses from the judge, and you now have put stuff in where the judge has already denied that to you, then they can say that this is a frivolous complaint, and then that can come back to bite you in the ass, which I'm looking forward to, because, yeah. And you've copied and pasted it again, by the way. Shame on you. And I wonder if Richard Luthman gave him this idea. Because I know for a fact he didn't come up with it himself. Because like that document, like Squid, the document that you, when I came to your stream last night, and that document that you had up, like I said to you, that was definitely not. I mean, he got help. He definitely got help, because everything was different. The writing style, the way it was projected, it was like if someone else had wrote that and he just put his name on the bottom, like he did with Scott Stark's documents. So Bruce would write out the documents and put Scott Stark's documents on there. So Bruce was basically puppeting everything. And here's the thing. This is why Scott Stark behaved the way he did around his deposition and everything else. Is this all making sense to you now, people? Yeah, the Scott Stark's weird behavior at the deposition and everything. Now, if you were in the know, and if you're in the know, and you know that you know, just saying, right? You would know your case. If you are talking about something, you would know your case, wouldn't you? Yeah. So how come he was struggling? How come he didn't have everything with him on a deposition? Why didn't he have clean, clear, consistent answers? Huh? Think about it. It's just one of those things. Yeah, I mean, this is why I sit on the sidelines and I watch all this. I watch other people's streams, like, when it comes to this, and I'm like going, Yep. No. Yep. 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 No. No. Yep. Mm-hmm. And every single person, Tug, Megan, Shizzy, Squid, everyone is saying it differently, but they're all saying the same thing. If you read between the lines, they're all saying the same thing, and that means that everyone is on the same page. But how come everyone else is on the same page, but that clown isn't? And the fact, I think, like, if a newspaper got hold of this, and another newspaper got hold of it, and it just spiraled from there, right? Oh yeah, Bruce would get his publicity. Oh, he'd get his PR, and so would the Crampons. So would the Lynette. So would John. But they would not. This PR would not be the one they wanted, because news broadcasters, news channels, and stuff like that, they ask probing questions. They will ask probing questions, and the thing is, if you're not careful what you say, like Robbie, for example, where he turns around to a journalist, a newspaper, and says that he didn't have insurance, and it would cost him $150,000 to $200,000 to replace everything, with this apparent fire. And then a couple of years down the line, because this happened a few years ago, and then a couple of years down the line, here he is sitting on the Crampon stream, and then going on about that he's got insurance. He's had insurance for 26 years, blah, 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 blah. But here's the question. If you've got insurance, it's a common sense. If you've got insurance, okay, if you are insured, then let me ask you a simple question. Why did you turn around to a journalist of a local newspaper and tell him or her that you were not insured? That's question one. Question two, you said that you were insured by Lloyd's Bank of London. Do you remember when I said that I was going to contact him and ask them, as a citizen, as a potential account holder? Well, I did. And here's what they said. They said that they insure people in different countries. However, the insurance is 99% due to the production or the companies they work for. Now, if we all remember, okay, all we have to do is contact the production company, right, of Swamp Brothers that you were part of for a short period of time before you committed a federal crime and ended up in jail for a year with $2,000 fine. You'll find it that basically you were insured as a third party by the production company through Lloyd's. Because here's the thing, Lloyd's don't insure individuals. There's only one company in the United Kingdom that does that for any type of wild animal or venomous animal. Barclays Bank, Lloyd's, TSB, HSBC, they all, if a production company or film company or any type of company who need insurance for individuals, right, it's a third party insurance. And it's a liability insurance, and it's up with one bank that I contacted is up to £1.8 million. So if something happens, then the insurance will cover up to 1.8 million. So yeah, you're debunked on that one as well, Sunshine. And because obviously you have not, you or yet again, the Crampons. So we'll call you the Crampons like we have been, the Crampons and the Swamp Lizard, due to the fact that from the day you guys opened your mouth on your platform, you have not shown one shred of evidence of anything you have said, anything that you've accused of, anything that you've basically done. Nothing. And I've been saying that from day one. And
you are proving me right on every single thing. Okay, because if you want to prove your innocence, if someone said to me, and I was on a famous show, and so well, I wasn't that famous really. I mean, you didn't get that many views, and you only had 32 series, and that was it. And then you broke the law, and I wonder why they got rid of you. I used to watch the Swamp Loggers; that was more fun. But anyway, I digress. Here's the thing, though. Your problem is that all this combined, everything that's combined, we've been going on about this for months now, and it's repetitive. Everything is repetitive. But you're slowly falling apart. You're slowly falling apart. You're still trying to grab onto something that means nothing to anyone, because everyone knows what you're like. Everyone knows what you're going to say. The moment you open your mouth, we already know what's going to come out of it. That's why people offer you tissues. And here's the worst thing. There are people that are so besotted by you that they'll do anything for you. And we know other people who are like that. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. And the fact that you are, I mean, the fact that even Deuce Boy started Cash App and stuff like that, the grift this is the problem with all of you on both sides. And I don't mean this in a bad way with some people, but with all of you, it's about the clout. It's about the green. That's all it's about. It's about the power, the clout, and the green. At least I can't be added to that. That's one thing I'm proud of, that I can't be tarred with the same brush. That's one thing I'm glad of. Yeah. And now Deuce Boy is trying to throw another spanner in the works, but here's the thing. I don't think he thought this through properly. I really don't think he thought this through properly, because I think this is going to come to bite him in the ass big time. And I know there's people who don't like me. I know there's people who don't agree with anything I say, and that's your freedom of doing so, But I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. And on every turn, I've been correct. I mean, there's times where I've been wrong. Yeah. Well, not wrong, but sort of like offish, a little bit off target. But so far, I haven't been wrong with these idiots. And I can tell you right now, you will never, ever see the transparency. Here's the perfect example of transparency. Over the last, say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, all of us have been trying to help Eric. And basically, to help him become more mobile. And we did. And there's been transparency from day one. There's been no hidden agendas. There's been nothing. There's been transparency from day one. Right? There's even been people attacking Eric and other people like Mitch and that. Right? But that got squashed very quickly, because they were trying to get an effect from individuals who've done good. Everybody, and this is why I'm so proud that the people who come to who visit my stream, who got together as a community and helped one of their community members, a veteran, right? I am so proud of that, because that is transparency, ladies and gentlemen. That there is, from the beginning to the end, transparency. And what we achieved something that hasn't been achieved in 2+ years. We achieved in that short period of time. All of us, all together. And you should be proud of yourself. You should be very, very proud of yourself. See you later, Squid. You have a good day, sweetheart, and enjoy your move. Enjoy your move, and have a fantastic afternoon. I'll talk to you later. Now, there are people who can't stand the fact that I'm stronger, I'm wiser, and I'm a bit more big-headed. Yes, okay, I'm blowing my own trumpet right now, but I'm entitled to do that once in a while. But one thing I can do is I can walk away from any situation with a smile on my head, and I'm doing that, and I've done that, and I will do it again. And the fact that we've proven, we have proven categorically, all of us here, not just me, you guys have proven that the word transparency has actions, and every single one of us saw that firsthand here. And I'm so proud of you guys. So especially you, Snowflower, you are an inspiration for other people to prove that there's humanity out there where people have a heart, want to help, and it just shows of the love and the type of person you are. And so all I can say is I love you to bits, and I hug you, and you deserve a medal and everything good. You do. You're just an absolute star. And it's, I know, you're gonna get this fucking spam trooper. What did they call me the other day? Spam trooper. Who called me swamp? Was it Victor? Yeah, Victor called me swamp the other day. That was funny as hell. That when I saw that, I was like, wait, oh no, swamp. That sounds not bad. It's a swamp thing. Yeah. But yeah. But anyway, we digress. We've digressed quite a bit actually, and I want to try to get back onto. So anyway, if you want some cheering up, all right. If you want some cheering up, here's the thing. David Bowie. All right, a couple of good songs for you. China Girl, Let's Dance, This Is Not America, Space Oddity. Earth, Wind and Fire, all the old school stuff. All right, September, Let's Groove, Fantasy, and In the Stone. Right. Something else what we're going to be doing, obviously MyPretty is a bit poorly at the moment. So we're giving MyPretty a little bit of space so she can heal. And obviously, Miss Pretty and hers truly are a little bit poorly. So, but she's got one hell of a story coming up. And we may need to set the stream to 18 plus because obviously it's going to entail quite some serious stuff. Nothing bad, but it's yes, compassion. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's based on the true story. I'm not going to give too much away. It's got MyPretty is going to be taking the lead on this. I'm just going to be sitting in the background, being the production. I'm just going to be helping her. Obviously, we've discussed a couple of the air collisions and everything that's been going on. It's starting to look really strange, to say the least. With everything that's been going on, with all these sudden crashes that are going on as well. What is it? Is it the planes? Is it the pilots? Is it electronics? Is it mechanical? Is there another source? What the hell's going on? Is it incompetence? And we have discussed a little bit about the UK news. I mean, it's going to shit really over here, and it's a shame really because we got such a integrated community of various different nationalities and origins and ethnicities, and it's a shame that all this is happening. I hope this year things will change over here, but one can only just hope. One can only hope. And I think over in the States, you're having the same issues as well. I personally think that the UK should bring out national service and then call people like me back in. Oh, God, I'd have a field day. Last night, I was having a conversation with a friend. A friend asked me last night. I found the question and the conversation so sweet. It was so sweet. And the question I was asked is, what's the difference between and it was the question was, what's the difference between the UK military and the US military? especially with rank. And I was like, yeah, I agree with you, Squid. And I was like, okay, that's a good question. So I responded, and my response was this. Well, the rank structure in the British Armed Forces varies as it does in the US military, where we have like private up to sergeant, and then obviously that becomes a senior NCO. Then you got senior NCOs upwards to become an officer. So you got sergeant to warrant officer class 2 and 1, and then it's officer. Whereas in the US Army, you will have, private, and then private first class and all that stuff, and then you have sergeant, and then you have, I think you have 2 sergeants ranks for one of ours, and then you will have a couple for like your, and then for the first sergeant, like, yeah. Anyway, so you got different ranks. So, so in the end, I richly, because it was easy to explain, but I thought, you know what, the best thing to do is to show her the difference. And rank structure for recruits or rank structure for new enlistees who join the army, sometimes it can be difficult. So I already had got old files on my external, so I clicked on my external, clicked it, got it, and then sent her the link to show her the differences. Because people, when you get deployed, you go on a MREP. If you go over to the States, or you go to Germany or France or Italy, right? It's good to know what ranks, because like the Italians, for example, they have multiple different ranks. So I sent her this link, and this conversation was so sweet. It was so sweet. And yeah, so I said, I just sent her the link, the comparison between the United States and the UK military. And that was it. And it's, for someone to actually show, I don't know about you, Squid, but for someone to show interest in both British and US military, because let's be honest, I mean, we've always fought side by side. It's really weird, but we've always fought side by side. Well, of course you don't understand the army. Your Navy, for crying out loud. All of you know is how to swim, what port and starboard is, what bow and stern is, midships. Oh my God, is that a missile? That's all you know. Oh boy, am I going to get it now? Yeah, and the thing is, it's important for people. I think it's important for people to understand, that. But the most nicest question she said, she went, "Who's better, the US or the UK?" I said, well, technically, the US military is only 259 years old or whatever, right? Or 300. I can't remember how old America is, but the British Army and the British Navy. The British Navy is the oldest navy, okay, hands down, right? And then obviously you've got the Army, then you've got the Air Force, right? Like, it's people need to remember is that before America existed, we existed, and it's like this, the SF, the Special Forces, the Green Beret, and the Navy SEALs and everything else. They were born from the ideas of the SAS and SBS of the British Armed Forces. Like the GSG-9 of the German GSG-9. A lot of these special forces units were created from the ideas of the SAS. And it's not just about them, it's about the infantry as well. It's like people, I mean, I got asked the question, so why did they wear red tunics? Why did they wear blue tunics? Why did they wear white and blue? Well, if you put 1,000 men in rows of 5, okay, so you got 5 rows deep, right, and you make them 100 men, right, and you put those rows right next to each other, it's going to be very hard to count them, right? And then in the turn of the century, they changed it to khaki. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I bet that person didn't like that response, did they, Squid? It's like snap. Yeah, it's like I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert, but the reason I know so much about I know so little about so much is because I take interest in everything I come across. You know, I mean, like the E2C Hawkeye, right? Is a prop plane, yeah, and it's got what do you call it? What do they call them? Uh, its wings sort of like come up. So basically, it comes out the fuselage to take off. But then again, I mean, that's the ones I've flown the E2 in a game in a flight sim, and luckily I found a really good replica that had all I bet he didn't respond. It was a really, really good replica of the E2 Hawkeye, and yeah, and I flew it, and it sounded exactly the same. The Some of the controls didn't work, of course, because it was a flight sim, but I can say this is like if any of you play games or you do flight sims and stuff like that, you know, yeah, some of the aircraft from the US and some of the aircraft from uh, different countries, you'll be very surprised. The E2C Hawkeye. There's also one that is a refueler. What's that one called, Squid? The refueler. What's the one that there's a Hawkeye that is it a Hawkeye? Yeah, it is a Hawkeye. It's a refueler. And they've got like they've also got an F-18, it was F-18C or was it F-16 that's also a refuel. So each variant has got a refueler, but I can't remember. I don't know if I'm right on that, but yeah. So that was a fantastic conversation. There wasn't any bragging or anything, and I was all right. Kay, you take care. All right, thanks very much for your visit. All right, don't forget to come again. And it's been great having you here. There you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. So there you go. Christ, have I been on this long already? 2.5 hours. Right. Okay. What we got next? Okay, guys. Right. So basically, now it's time. We come to the Q&A time. So let's have 10 minutes or 15 minutes of Q&A time. Remember, make sure that you type like that, like this. Right, as soon as you see my name come up, just go like that, and then put your question and blah, and then put your question like that, yeah? All right, like this. There you go. Just if you do it like that way I can then pay quicker attention to you. Yeah, we don't want to ignore people, do we? No, we don't. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, we all know that. Bye, Kay. Take care, sweetheart. We all know that Squid is moving today, so we all wish to congratulate her and wish her all the best. And hope everyone is waking up with a nice brew in their hand. Oh, I've got an itch on my back. Oh, God, that feels good. Oh, yeah. I got one of these extended back scratcher. Back scratcher, back scratcher, back scratch, back scratcher. Yeah, so there you go. I forgot what I was going to say now. What was I saying? What was it? Oh yeah, questions. Go ahead, guys. You may commence asking question time. So I'm going to sit here and wait for the first question to come up. And may I just say this? I do appreciate everyone who's come. When I mean evidence in the case, we don't know what will actually be allowed by the judge, and that's what will determine. I think. I mean, looking back. Oh, here we go. Mr. Squid ever gave me was an extendable back scratch. Yeah. Do you know what? Many years ago, when I damaged my leg, one of my mates thought it was funny to give me the boot horns. to help you put your get in a shoe or boot. And I was like, yeah, piss off. And he was like, no, look at the other end of it. And on one end it had the shoe on, but on the other end it had this claw. And I had the plaster going all the way up just underneath my knee. And oh yes, he's gone very quiet. Are we talking about David Helm MLS, or are we talking about the other idiot? Just to make sure. yeah. All right, clever clogs. Right. Don't let your head expand. But no, and basically I'm scratching my leg, and obviously, I've got to wear this 6 to 8 weeks on my leg, which I wasn't happy about. And I'm scratching away and stuff like that. I used to hide stuff in there as well. And when it came to the day where, obviously they take the plaster off, and then you go from there, they teach you how to walk correctly, how to twist your leg when you're walking, so to make it easier for you, and your crutches and that. And then when they take the plaster off, you have to go to physiotherapy for a while. So you go from wearing the plaster to physiotherapy. And the thing is, it doesn't smell nice when they take that thing off, because obviously you have to keep it dry. And when they took the plaster off, they found like money. They found snapped off pencils. She just laughed. She was just laughing. And at one point, she found half of the boot, the thing that I had, because I was scratching, because it was itching so bad. And the thing is, what I didn't realize is that I actually scratched my skin so much that I actually gave myself an open wound. And luckily, it wasn't bad to infect or anything. But yeah, I've got a nice 3.5-inch scar going down my leg of me using a back scratcher or a boot horn / back scratcher. And yeah, physiotherapy was painful, but it was fun. And swimming. If you ever have any issues with joints, swimming is, just nice and easy swim. Trust me. I found the physiotherapy, oh God, it was fantastic. MLS is a crybaby. He knows he was in the wrong. Well, MLS is not perfect star either. He jumped ships. He was jumping all over the place. And the fact that he is a lawyer, and I don't think he was in the States. I think he's in Japan or Korea or somewhere. But in 2014, he got done for being a naughty boy, and he got his wrist slapped. So all you have to do is just type David Helms. I mean, he's now got an assistant on that, but that's beside the point. He has got a bit of history, just like every single one involved in this. I find it very interesting that he's got a little bit of history, So I wonder what else is in his closet. Spawn Trooper, how long were in armed forces and certain stability? I was in the armed forces, both regular and reserve, over 30 plus years. I'm not going to give how many years, but it was definitely over 30 plus. I'm not going to give how many years I was in either, but I can say that I was on both sides of the coin. I was a regular, and then I was full-time reserve. So I've seen both sides of the coin. I mean, people ask me that all the time. They're just even to So. Oh, what you mean we talk Squid? Are we talking about the link where in 2014 where he got his wrist slapped? Hey, Roy, no, you were a tanky, mate. There's a difference. There's you've got the Army, you got the Navy, you got the Air Force, you got the Marines, and then you got tankies.
You guys are in your own world. As soon as you close that hatch, it's like you just see the boom, boom. You're like you go past some freaking battle tank, and all you hear is like boom, 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 and see smoke coming out of every freaking orifice. Let's have a look at right. Okay, when he shared the DMs from. Oh yeah, I remember that. Christ, yeah. Lisa, Spawn. Looking at the things as they are now, would you still consider enlisting within a heartbeat? Within a heartbeat. Because the thing is, here's what you have to understand, right? The military of today is very. How can I say this without sounding like an asshole? The military of today is very PC, very, they accept anybody. But the thing is, what you need is old school troops in there. You need old school instructors in there. You need old school NCOs, senior NCOs, officers in there that won't beat around the bush, and they will do it as it is. They will say it as it is, and that's the only way you can train someone. And the thing is, you have to basically, when someone joins the military, regardless of what branch it is, when they go into and Squid is here, she can confirm this, right? When you join, you go through basic training. Basic training is there to break you apart to take everything away from you as a civilian and then rebuild you back up as an entity who understands their job and understands where they are. So that means if you're Navy, you become a seaman. If you're in the Army, you become a soldier or a private, you become a soldier. If you're in the Air Force, you become an airman. Okay. And when the basic training is done, you then move on to phase 2. So normally phase 1 and phase 2 is usually the same together. So that's your training. Once you've done phase 1 and 2 and you've completed your training, you've passed out or passed off or passed out. Passed out, I don't mean pass out on parade. I mean, I'm talking passing out of training, right? Because it's a stepping stone into your career. Once you've passed out, you are then given leave, right? Block leave, or you're given then post training leave, and then you are given your documents and everything else where you have to report on a certain day at a certain morning. You then arrive at your ship, or you arrive at your squadron, or you arrive at your battalion or regiment, and then that's your career. That's your career that builds. Right, and it's that period from the moment you walk in. Good morning, Oshua. The minute you walk into the recruiting office and to the minute you walk out of that depot after you've been trained, that's where you need to. That's the concentration. That's where you need to be. And then after that, it's a responsibility of your block NCOs, your junior NCOs, your senior NCOs, and your training officers and training NCOs. It's up to them to make sure that you stay refreshed, that you stay on top of your training. And the thing is, because in the military you have skill fade, right? And Squid knows about this, right? Squid will know about what I'm talking about in skill fade. Everyone has skill fade, right? No matter especially people who are institutionalized and they've been in the job for a long time, they were going to have skill fade. Skill fade means that what you've learned, you've gone into a bad habit, but you've forgotten a couple of things that are relevant to keep your job. So that's why you then go on training courses. And some of the training courses from that are 6 weeks or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, they get combined and compressed down to 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending what they are. Right, and then you go on that course. And the thing is, if you fail that course, you get RTU'd, return to unit, and then you can try again. Right, especially when it comes to skill at arms, drill, when it comes to BCDT, which is battlefield casualty drills techniques, when it comes to first aid and stuff like that, especially when it comes to ammo techs or authorized road users. They're the ones who are authorized to transport munitions and stuff like that. So all these different jobs, different courses, different responsibilities, and everyone will always have skill fade. That's why there's always training. That's why people get pissed off. We're going on a tab. Well, you need to keep fit. We're going on the ranges. Well, you need to make sure that you can operate your weapon safely. We're doing a swimming. Well, we need to make sure that if we're doing a river crossing that you don't drown.
Oh, I need to do this. I need to put a bandage on it. Well, we need to keep you trained so you can save your brother in arms if they get injured. So there you go. So yeah, I would, in a heartbeat, I'd be back down in the depot. Oh, fuck yeah. There you go. There you go. Like, right? So you got air technician and aviation ordnance. So you got two people who worked together but had two different jobs. And I bet you any money that Squid and Mr. Squid had to go and do courses to make sure they stayed on top of their responsibilities. There you go. Can't remember the question, but fuck it. Yeah, I know you didn't have to. Right. Did I miss anyone's questions, Lisa? So looking at the true things. Right. Yeah. Okay. No more questions. Wow. Okay. Wow. Philip got a question. Oh, Lisa got a question. Oh, there you go. So, are there any more questions that anyone needs answering? Or you can ask Squid a question if you want. Ask each other questions. My stepdad was a Marine, went in at a person to... No, I was back in his days. Wait a minute. My stepdad was a Marine. Yeah, simplify. Went in at a person, no ROTC, back in the days. Right, okay. Me, yes, him, who knows? Orders aren't known for their intelligence. Hey, Squid, I tell you one thing, mate. I ever meet him and he says, did Squid talk shit about me? I refuse to answer any questions unless I have JAG present. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not getting involved in that crap. That's a Navy problem. Oh, yeah. That's a squib. That's a squib problem, that. Oh, and by the way, if anyone asks why the Army call the Navy squids, well, he asked Squid. Do you know what, Squid? When I first saw you, and I was like, "Oh, what's your name?" and you went Squid, and I literally sat here and literally cried of laughter. I didn't even know what to fucking do, and then explain the difference between the US boot camo and the UK, also IT and AT training. And not sure you stop googling crap. What you mean, the choir and MTP? Boots camo. What, like wait, what? And UK also the AIT and AT training. Right, I mean AT. I mean, like, that could be adventure training or it could be anti-tank training. So what one are you talking about? And AIT is an American terminology, because AT, right over here, right, is adventure training or anti-tank training. So, but the camouflage that the Americans wear is cry, and the one that we use in the UK is MTP. Before that, it was DPM. Right? And DPM came out in the early 60s, late 50s. So yeah, and the DPM was dark. It was basically European dark pattern. And then also MTP is a little bit because of the Afghan and Iraq conflicts. So that all changed. And there was quite a few different types of patterns, actually. And one of them was actually illegal to wear. And I was walking around one day with that on. And so I went, you go wear that. I went, fuck off, I'll wear what I want. All right. And boots also changed. The boots that were black for the British Army. I mean, you can still wear black boots. Certain regiments, like the tank regiment, because they wear black overalls, they still wear black boots. But we've got brown boots. They're Hayaks. Akus. So we got various different types. I mean, I've still got some of my boots, actually. I've got the summer version and the winter version. I've kept some of them because they're good boots. Very good. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I get AAT. Well, it's called ACP with us. It's annual camp. Over here, the reserves, they have like a couple of hours once a week, then a couple of weekends a month, and then a 2-week annual camp, which they have to qualify to receive a tax-free bounty. And basically, they go through the same training where a regular soldier will do like 4 weeks training, or they'll do 6 weeks on a course. Reserves do it. What will happen? Say if it's a 6-week course, a reserve will do probably 3 weekends or 4 weekends for that course, and they'll just do 2 weekends to get onto basically to start the course, and then they'll go away to do phase 3 training, which probably might be in Catterick and Leckensfield or other places, and then they stay away for a week or 2 weeks in a crash course on the course, and then they pass or fail, and they come back qualified. There you go. You know, that's as simple as it is. The military, the thing is, the military is different over here than it is in the States. Yeah. And when they, the biggest, this is my personal grief. This is my personal grief about all this. When I joined up, we were all in the blocks. We had a 6-man rooms, right? And if you were lucky if you found a room where there was only 2 guys in, and you moved in, and there was 3 guys in one room, and you'd all agree to just set up set up your 6-man room, because they wouldn't put anyone else in that room if they didn't, And so what they would do, they would just go. You'd sit down one night and then say, right, okay, are we all going to agree that we share the room? We do the chores like hoovering, cleaning, dusting, and keeping the room tidy and everything. Yep, not a problem. Are we all going to go halves on a fridge? Yep. So we get a fridge freezer, or we get a fridge into the room, and then you got someone from HQ come in and check it that it's safe. Then and then what we'd do, we'd actually turn a 6-man room into like a living quarters for 3 of us. And it used to, it was so much fun. And what we did, we then used the lockers, because the lockers wouldn't connect or attach to the wall, so we would use the lockers as a barrier. And you would have, like, when you came into our room, right, I'll describe you my room, what we shared. When you opened the door, you would come in and you would have about 3 or 4 foot, okay, to the left and to the right, you would have lockers. The rear of the lockers, on the rear of the lockers, you would have like regimental flag, the Welsh flag, and then you would have the Union Jack, and then you would have another regimental flag, right? In the middle, you'd have a curtain, 2 curtains with a pole that's been attached properly and correctly, and everything has been secured. And then the curtains would be light, so you could, and in the days we were allowed to smoke in the rooms, but the thing is, us 3 didn't, because we didn't want the room to smell smoke, because obviously sometimes you want to bring ladies back, and anyway. So, but the thing is, when you walked in and you saw that, you'd turn to the left and you'd see 2 bins, one for cans, one for general rubbish, and then right to the back in the corner, you'd see the washing basket. Right, that's where all the dirty washing would go in. And then to the right, you would see foot lockers, and in each foot locker would be each of us. So basically, all our stuff would be in each foot locker, and you'd be able to approach them, and you could go and open them up if you needed to. All right. And then you would have, next to the foot lockers, you would have the ironing board and then the iron, right? And we put a shelf there. So on the shelf, you'd have the iron, you would have like a bottle of this iron stuff that, you pour into the iron, and it would make it smoother and stuff like that. Anyway. And then you'd have washing powder and everything else to do your washing. As soon as you walk in, to the left, you would have my mate's bed, and then the other guy's bed. And then to the right, you would have my bed. Right. And then right in the far right-hand corner, you would have like a TV, a stereo, a VHS recorder. In then days, we had the VHS videotapes. And then you'd have like table, coffee table, like a 3-seater settee. Right. And that was it. And we just had our little home. There you go. That's the way we. And today, everyone's got their own room with en-suite shower. So yeah, and everyone's responsible to buy their own food. Whereas in my days, it was like, you know, you went down the cookhouse and you had choices of 3-4 different types of meals. And in fact, you had to wait. If you want seconds, you go back up and have seconds. You know, priority were basically anyone who was on duty, anyone who was in nick. So they had priority. If you were stagging on, you would have priority, and then after that, everyone else. And I mean, in them days, it was brilliant. If you fucked up or you made a mistake, you had two choices. It was either head or gut, or you owed someone a bottle of port. You know, and like the amount of times I had to pay people port, because the thing is, I had this one day, I had a choice, and I remember he actually retired as a colonel. I think he did. What was it? I think he was lieutenant colonel or colonel. I can't remember. I need to check the. But one day I really messed up, and basically I got told by this colour sergeant. He says, "You got a choice, head or gut." And I went, "With all due respect, colour, if you even touch me, I'm going to swing for you." And he looked at me and he went, "Oh, really?" And I went, "Yeah, I don't really care. You take a swing at me, I'm swinging back. But I will get you a bottle of port." And he went, "Okay." And basically after that day, it was like we were good friends. Actually, I babysitted for him after that a couple of times. And every time he came back from when I was babysitting, he would like we'd sit in the back, we'd sit in the kitchen and we'd just chat and become really good friends. But yeah, the amount, oh God, the NAFA used to hate me because like I'd walk in, I'd say, "Oh, you got any red port? You got any this? You got any that?" And they'd go, "Bloody hell, why do you seem to always be buying port?" I like the taste. Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't cheap in them days. That's for sure. That's for sure. There you go. Yeah. There's a little bit of a nightmare for me. God, I can remember that guy getting a Reggie bath. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was another thing that got yeeted out of. It was considered bullying. So, what do you consider someone who sleeps in a room with a couple of other guys, never showers, throws his dirty washing into his locker, and everything stinks like a fucking pigsty? And they just one night they just had enough, and they just gave him a Reggie bath. Yeah. Don't get me wrong; they all got told. They all got bricked up. That's for sure. They definitely got bricked up. That. Yeah, they should have done it. Yeah, bullying is not a good thing. But when you got someone who smells like a freaking back end of a cow's ass, yeah. No, we had big rooms, Roy. I mean, here's the thing, Roy. When I'd finished my training and everything, my unit was over in Germany, so I ended up in Germany. And the problem was, don't forget, German barracks. These are like Second World War camps, barracks and stuff. So you had like the 6-man rooms that basically they put them down to 6-man rooms. But you have to remember in I think it was around the Second World War, end of the Second World. These camps, they had bunk beds in these rooms. So instead of having six guys in there, you would have 4 bunk beds on one side and 4 bunk beds on the other side, right? So you've got 16 guys in one room. And all their lockers, because we could see outside in the corridor, we could see where they had their gun racks and where they had their wardrobes. So you got 16 guys in one room, and they on each level, on each block downstairs, you would have 8. Wait a minute, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You had 6 rooms on the bottom floor, 6 rooms on the first floor, and 6 rooms on the second floor. So just imagine each room. Yeah. So wait a minute, 2, 4, 6, 8. So you got 16 per room, 6 rooms. All right, so that's 6 times 16. on one floor. Yeah. 96. That's not, sorry, I had to do maths in my head. So that's 96. Now you've got 3 floors. We got the ground floor, first floor, second floor, right? That's 288. 288 men in one block. And the ablutions, you had ablutions on either end, on each floor, right? You had three stalls, and then you had 2 urinals. And then you had 3 sinks and everything else. But then they sort of like mixed it. Then they separated everything because they didn't want people washing in the toilets and that, right? And then obviously you got the loft. That's where people used to put their washing to dry. And then down in the cellar, that's where people put their cycles and MFO boxes and all that stuff. So there you go. 288 guys in the war. In the Second World War, they had 288 guys in each block. Now you got to think, you've got A company, you got B company, you got C company, you got HQ and support company, right? So that's 4 blocks just on one side of the camp. So just imagine how many guys were in that camp at one time. So let's calculate that. Let's calculate that. 288. You got 1 A B C support, right? So that's times it. 1 2 3 4. Let's times it 5. So times 5 is 1,440 troops. That is just troops. That's not including the Sergeant's mess, Sergeants and senior NCO's mess. That's not including the officers' mess and the officers' accommodation. Those who didn't have who were not married. Oop. Right, so that should give you an idea. 16. What in the room? In one room? Oh yeah. The thing is, in America, you what do they call it? It's a whole. What do they call those rooms? They call it a stable room, didn't they? Like the stables, because like the thing is, when you walked into your block, there was no walls. It was just like the pillows to keep the roof up, and then you had bed after bed after bed. You had bed locker, bed locker, bed locker, bed locker, bed locker. Correct? That's what I've seen, and that's what I've pictured. And in fact, I actually met a couple of guys who were with the US Air Force, not Air Force, US Army, whatever they were, and they were down in a town close to where we were, and we had to go to their camp to drop off some bits and bobs for a big party that was going on. And some of the Americans invited us into the block, and their rooms and their block looked completely different. They revamped the whole camp to and they had like, I don't know, they had like a couple of rooms made. Oh God, it was weird. I can't even remember, but I know that they didn't have like 2 or 3 guys in there, or sorry, they didn't have more than 2 or 3 guys in a room. Yeah, and that's one thing I can remember, Roy. They used to keep tank crews together, didn't they? So if you were in one vehicle, they would stick you in one room, because the thing is, the more you get to know each other, the better you can work and communicate with each other. That's why they used to put all the sections in the same room as well. I'm not sure. You take care, sweetheart. You have a fantastic day, and remember, a smile a day keeps the weirdos away. Now, guys, I've been on for coming up to nearly 3 hours, so I'm going to slowly bring this to an end, richly. Kapow. Yeah. And so basically, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who has come to visit. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your candor, and I do. And thanks very much for just being here and enjoying the content and everything. This weekend, I am going to try a couple of things. Excuse me. I'm going to try to. I'm going to play probably a bit of Armour or Dead Side or Sight, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my flight sim out. I'm literally going to try the flight sim, and then I'm going to try to start from scratch. And if it works, and let's just hope it does, because it's the old version of flight sim. I will try my utmost best to make you laugh. Like I said, there's a couple of things that I probably have to do, but you will have a giggle. I can tell you that now. You will be having a laugh. But like I said, I don't know about any other vets, but I am proud of that I served my country, and I'm proud that I am so happy that I have made so many friends from that, and I've learned a lot, and I've been taught many a lesson. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes in the past, but the best thing I ever did was marry my queen. And some of you have heard her, and some of you know, and I worship the ground she walks on. And Texas Alien, lots of hugs and a kiss, and have you a fantastic day. And good morning to everybody in the United States. Good afternoon to everybody in the UK and Europe. And good evening and good night to everybody in Australia and New Zealand. It's probably early hours in the morning over there. And if I haven't addressed you by name, I do apologize. But I think sometimes it's just good to interact with you guys, and that I respect everyone here. So yeah, but one thing I am going to say, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Everyone is welcome in my stream. Now, I could, if I wanted to, name and point out multiple individuals, but I'm not going to do that, because at the end of the day, I'd be a hypocrite, and I'll be going against my own statement. Everyone is welcome here, as long as your feedback is constructive and you respect each other, and you don't attack each other, and you have civil conversations, and you don't cause problems. All right, everyone is welcome. But I would appreciate if you're going to go into other people's streams and you are going to badmouth or call me names and stuff like that. Try to think before you act. I don't mean this in a bad way, but it doesn't help the situation. It doesn't protect you either, because there are people out there who don't care about what you think. Once they have got their opinion made about someone, right? They don't care what you say. I mean, we've already proved that there's a lot of guilty by association. There's a lot of this, but all I'm saying is this: don't become a sheep. Oh, Roy, we'll find out on Saturday. We'll find out over the weekend, because one way or the other, I know for a fact that something's going to go wrong. My disconnect. If you don't worship you, I don't want to be worshipped. Hell no! What the fuck? No, I don't want to be. What the hell? Where did that come from, Ken? I don't want to be worshipped. Jesus! Oh God, no! You shall worship me, bow to my feet, kiss my toes. No, don't. That's brilliant. Oh, that's too funny. But anyway, yeah, there you go. And that's enough said on that. So, guys, like I did, I'm going to try and change the outro, but I just love this tune. I love the intro. All right. Yeah, that's true, Lisa. That is so true. That is so well said as well. That is so well said. That, yeah. But yeah, anyway, so I will come up with an idea how to. I wonder if I should attach the warning to the intro to make it one video. So just make it one. Oh, she says more than that. She says more than that. I can assure you she says more than that. Last night, I got in trouble last night. Oh boy, I walked into the kitchen, I saw some pudding and I put my finger in it. She richly turned around and she was cutting something with a carving knife. And then I turned around, all I saw was her standing there with a carving knife, and she was like, and I was like, bye. I'm like, okay, I'm going, I'll get out of the kitchen. And all I could hear was her giggling and laughing in the kitchen. I went, not funny. And she went, it was. Yeah. I tell you one thing, right? The relationship is very important if you're married or you're in a relationship. It is very important to have fun, laugh, joke with each other. If take the piss out of each other, it is fun. We do it all the time, and like we don't argue. And if we do, we just go rah, and that's it. It's done. So yeah. But anyway, guys, and also as you've noticed, I'm starting to actually come up with different thumbnails and stuff like that. And I need to start thinking about thumbnails, not just the thumbnails, but the headings and that. There's a lot of stuff I'm still learning about YouTube, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Anyway, so guys, it's been an absolute fantastic fun. But we're going to call it a day. It's been a fantastic warning. Sponsorship will make young girls blush and women lose their. Oh my God! Don't say that. Don't say that. I'll be on the couch. I'll be on the couch for God knows how long. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go. Communication. I think communication is the best. Oh, I've still got the poll up. Communication is oh wow, 42 votes, 14 no, 86 yes. Well, have a look at his pockets when he's walking away. Have a look when he walks in and walks out. Yes, absolutely. Communication is the biggest thing, because like if you can't, I've had arguments with people since I've been on YouTube and I've been doing lives, and I've had fallouts, and we've discussed it afterwards, and it's been very civil. It's been extremely civil, the communications that I've had, and that's the first step is to be civil. We know that people are, some individuals, are heated when we're at the beginning, but if you can keep it civil, and you can try to de-escalate and try to, I've tried it a couple of times in the past, and now I'm not going to, unless it's justified, I will then try to de-escalate and try to solve the issue. But I've had conversation with individuals, and it was de-escalated very quickly. Communication was up, man, and approaching it with a willingness to try to de-escalate. And so communication is very important. I've come across a lot of creators. I've even met famous creators. But I've seen a lot of creators. They have different genres, different ways. And the thing is, I am me. I am showing you who I am. Well, you're hearing who I am. And that's what I like. I'm not here for the negativity for power trips and stuff like that. I'm here just to entertain myself, entertain you guys. And while I'm entertaining myself, you just happen to be there. There you go. I've got a couple of tunes coming out. I've put a couple of tunes coming out. I am still working on one truck simulator video that's been causing me a headache in the last couple of days. I did promise a while back, but that's been causing me a couple of headaches because of sound. Yeah. yeah, so this weekend I am going to be doing a stream. There may not be sound, and if there isn't, oh well. But when it comes to the flight sim, there won't be any sound, and I probably might mute my mic and scream and cry and shout and swear a lot. But all I can say is that everyone is welcome. But remember one thing: do not be hypocritical. If you're gonna talk shit about me, I'd rather you do it here and now. Because at the end of the day, if you're not happy with something, then I'd rather you say it. But you have to remember that your constructive criticism will always get a response. And other than that, to people who just can't stop, or people who just think it's fun, you can kiss my ass. I don't care. You're not worthy of it. You're below. There's a level of pond scum, and then you're below that, and that's where you belong. Other than that, got nothing further to say, guys. It's been an absolute blast. I love you to bits, and again, thank you very much for being here. And remember, hit that like button, and remember, it's not December yet. Hi, Device. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm about to close down, so you'll have to do a recap. But welcome. Yeah, so there you go. Look forward to the weekend. I am definitely going to be doing it. Wait a minute. Just the thought of the bacteria on the pube. Oh, that smell. Oh, Lisa, you had to go and take it that level. Oh, God. No. Anyway, guys, please start collecting your property. Please start getting ready to leave. Pick up all your rubbish. There are bins located here. I'm good. I'm about to leave, dude. You've come sort of like, you should have came a little bit earlier. I was about to. I'm about to sort of like make my way. Yeah. So I do apologize for that, but there'll be another stream tomorrow afternoon, and it's either going to be tomorrow around 2-3 o'clock GMT time, or Sunday, because the thing is, obviously, thanks very much, Device. Bye everyone. Yeah, I will do. So on that note, guys, enjoy a fantastic creation done by Erratus. As well, all I can say is enjoy. Take care, guys. Much love.
Spawn trooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight, standing tall, doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise, second chances, they wear thin, Spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around, justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise.